Alright, hello everyone, I'm GraySlate, and this is, I know, an unusual video for me, but this is a tutorial on how to use Bolly Joel's CVVC bank. He just recently upgraded, and I thought it would be something interesting just because it is his anniversary, his 1-year anniversary, to explain in detail how to use this bank because it is a multi-expression bank, and it's something that most users probably aren't going to be familiar with. So this is obviously different. I don't usually explain how to use any of my UTAUs at all, but I figured we'd do it for Bolly. So we're just going to get right into explaining everything that this bank has to offer. So the first thing is the conversion. Now this method I'm about to show you is just the by hand way of doing it. So you're going to select a region like I just did, and then you can hit Control E to bring up the region property, and I like to use the mu hiragana, which can be accessed just by typing an mu and then an xu to get that little u, but he also does have a capital English M if you would like to use that instead. But we're going to go with this, and then trick I always like to do, especially if I convert everything in chunks and then go back after, I use auto CVVC and make sure that VCV alias is selected, and then make sure that the put hyphen to the first node of the phrase is selected, and then make sure this third one is unchecked, and then these last two unchecked. And then, as we'll see, it puts the hyphen in front of the beginning. So we'll test how it sounds now. Everything's cleared out, so we just have to fit it. Alright, so that sounded good, and also because he is CVVC, we're going to put that was not right. We're going to put in his VCs here, just in a couple places, just to show how it would sound. It's obviously optional, but just to the way that he was recorded, just the recording style, it lends itself to this. So we're going to listen to how that sounds. Alright, so there's that. Now, let me just get rid of these VCs just to show you a bit easier. That was his core bank. Now the core is just what also is called the default voice. This is the voice that has the prefix map. So if I pull this up here, you'll see C#5, B3, and E4. They're all going to be part of that core bank, but he also has a couple other expressions as well. Almost forgot the word for it. So let's go ahead and do E4 because that's the pitch it's at, and then S, and this is going to be the soft. So fit that. And of course, this is one of the expressions that is tri-pitch. So if we wanted to do, like, if that wasn't fitting with the range, then we could go with a B3S instead. Okay, and then we're gonna fit this if it'll let me. That'd be nice. So beautiful. Now let's do suffix broker is going to come in very, very, very handy, even not in dealing with Bolly Joel, but with other banks that are multi-expression. Amazing tool. So we're going to go with, let's do B3K. Now the K is for Kide, and it is more of a powerful shouting kind of deal than the core bank. So we'll just see how this sounds really quick. And of course, this is one of the other ones that is tri-pitched, so we can go to E4K and see how that sounds. Okay, I think that was a little out of range for that, but if we move it up, let's start it at G4. It's mostly meant for notes in a higher range. Beautiful. Okay. Now let me put that back where it was. Now for showing the expressions that are only one pitch, we're going to show first the whisper. Now I make a distinction between the whisper and the soft because the soft is more of that very airy tone, but the whisper is like an actual whisper. So we're gonna hear that. Beautiful. All right, that's fantastic. Now, the other one that is also only one pitch is the growl. Now, the growl is meant to be like one of those metal growls. You might hear them be called the false chord. Now, this one doesn't have very much of a range, as you know, I don't really have that much of a range when it comes to my screams yet. Who knows, in the future that might change, but this is what his growl sounds like. Awesome. Again, it's limited. It's meant to be lower. Put that back. Okay. Now, just to show you, he has a bunch of X voice. You might hear these called omake. They're all just various speech. I say that very loosely. He can't exactly talk, guys. He's a cow. But he has all these samples for different voices that I would just recommend mixing in a DAW of your choice rather than trying to use it in UTAU, especially the crying ones or the ones that go on forever, like laughing. He also has some standalone breaths that I'm going to show you. So let's go over the inhale. And again, breaths are something that I would say mix in a DAW of your choice. We're going to use suffix broker and remove prefix here. You have to put the hyphen back on you though. But we're just going to demonstrate how these breaths sound. Okay. So, this is the inhale. Alright, and then I'm going to move this over here so I can show the exhale. Alright, and then move that to the front again and show the gasp. So those were his breaths. There is one more type of breath I'd like to show, and that is the N breath. So this can be accessed by either typing two O's and a hyphen, or just a U and a hyphen. Just keep things simple. All right, fit this again, and we'll see how it sounds like with the N breath on it. And he does have N breaths for every expression. They will have to be suffixed if you are using suffix broker, if you want to use it for a certain pitch or a certain expression. And then one thing I'd like to touch on, one last thing here, is another way that you can get all the notes to read with the moo or the m is to go to File and then export, and then export it as a MIDI and then bring it back in that way. You do lose tuning that way, but it's very effective if you don't have the time to sit there and convert each section by hand. But another way that I would show you here is if you have 002, and let's assume that you did import everything and the lyrics are now moo. They would be the hiragana ah, but let's just say they're all moo. And I already edited the table, so moo converts to the hiragana. So we're gonna hit OK there, and then OK there. Then finate that, fit that. So that is how that works. Now, I'm sorry there couldn't be a plugin to do this very automatically. I would love to know if one is out there, but that is just the method that I would use. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you use Bolly Joel, I would be very grateful if you showed your work that involves him with me. All my socials are in the description that I put in every video. Don't hesitate to reach out if you've done something with not only Bolly Joel, but any of my other UTAUs. I would love to see it. Happy Earth Day and happy birthday to Bolly Joel. This was a very off-the-cuff video, I know, but I really wanted to make this guide for people that might be unfamiliar, just to answer any questions. If there's something that I didn't get that you want to explain, let me know in a comment. I might revisit this video someday and make a different updated version of it, who knows. But yeah, if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more UTAU content on this channel, and I'll see you whenever my next upload is. Thank you.